welcome to yoga. Nice to see you all today, and let's get started. So today, the practice is actually going to be a little different than our usual practice because we're going to end with a loving kindness meditation. So meditation is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, but our practice usually is about asana, the physical pose practice. So, you know, we're going to have a part at the end with a loving kindness meditation. So we'll stop a little after Shavasana. We'll have a little bit of a longer time for that. But during the practice, the loving kindness meditation is about kindness and compassion. And so during practice, we are going to kind of warm up for that by doing some heart openers, some simple back bends to open that heart space. And also, as I said, to share a practice, we're really going to have a group intention today of practicing with compassion and non-judgment for ourselves and our bodies, and not striving, but being aware of what our bodies are ready to give and working with that. So working what we come with today, and not pushing or grasping after something that our bodies just aren't ready to give. So we're going to start center. Everyone, you can stay right where you are, and we're going to start. Close your eyes and bring your awareness inside. So you know that we're practicing together, and we are going to share an energy, which is great. But for right now, bring your awareness inside, and just start by noticing your breath, okay? So without trying to change it, or you're just gonna have that one-pointed focus on your breath and notice the qualities of your breath just right now. So is your breath, does it seem deep or shallow or fast or slow? Inhale, different length from the exhale. Lots of things to look at about your breath. And while you're just following the inhale, so follow the inhale, follow the exhale, notice. No judgment. Your body breathes itself depending on what you're doing. So however you're breathing, it's what suits your body right now, what you need. And as you're following your breath, also just take awareness of your face, jaw, neck. Release any tension there. Just relax around your eyes. Let your teeth come lightly apart. Relax your jaw. And let your shoulders just come down from the ears. And now just consciously work with your breath. So we're going to lengthen, deepen, and slow our breath down. So you can assign a count to your inhale and exhale so that to even them out, or just get a sense of them being even. Let your belly be soft, so breathe on the inhale, your belly, let your belly just rise naturally as you begin the inhale. And then the breath expands up into the chest. And on your exhale, everything just softens back toward the center. So just gradually and slowly, without creating any tension, is just on the breath, just following the inhale, noticing how your body moves on the inhale and how it moves on the exhale. In-breath flowing into the out-breath. Couple more. Okay, now let go of that practice, conscious breathing, and just continue to breathe slow, deep, and even during practice. And take a moment, if you'd like, to create an intention for your practice. So I suggested we have a group intention of non-judgment and compassion during practice as kind of a warm-up for our loving kindness meditation. But if you'd like to create an intention, a personal intention, you may do that now. Just create a few words what that intention is. You can also dedicate your practice to someone else, something else. And then we're going to start practice on all fours. So come on around to tabletop. You might want a blanket under your knees. This is comfortable. And set up so that your wrists are under your shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers, press down into the mat with your fingers and the tops of your feet, your knees pressed down. Start in neutral, just lengthen out through the crown of your head and through your tailbone, long spine. And then as you come to an exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your back, bring your chin toward your chest into cat. We're just gonna start slowly, move with the breath. On an inhale, chest come down between your shoulders, tailbone lifts, maybe lift your chin a little bit, and then flow into the exhale, back into cat, spinal extension. So just moving slowly, moving with the breath. So let the breath initiate the movement. Nice, slow, letting your spine wake up. Moving as your body, so it feels really good. This is like a moving meditation. Moving with the breath, focused right on every step of the spinal extension and flexion. So you could almost just get lost in this movement, and that's what makes it like a meditation. You're just fully in the moment, breath by breath. And the next time you come to an exhale and round your back into cat, let your hips keep coming back toward your heels, all the way back into child's pose. Rest your head on your hands or a block if it doesn't go all the way to the mat, and just sink. Let everything go. Just sink down into the mat. Chest is compressed, so breathe into your back heart. So the back ribs will expand. Just think about breathing through the back of your body, into the back of your body. Two more nice, slow, deep, even breaths in child's pose. And then come back up to tabletop, all fours. And start to circle your hips out to the right and back. Make little circles, hips around your knees, going in a clockwise direction. Start with small circles, and then you can make them bigger if you want to bring some side stretch into it. You can bend your elbows. This is sometimes called barrel roll. And if you bend your elbows a lot, you bring some rotation into your spine. So all the movements of your spine as you circle slowly. You might match the forward movement to an inhale and a backward movement to an exhale, whatever works for you. Just really connect to the breath, the movement, the feeling, stretching. And then pause at the top and reverse your circles. So then now you're going to start circling your hips counterclockwise around your knees, small circles. Gradually getting bigger, going as deep as it feels good to your body. And then pause that movement, come back into child's pose, but come up onto your elbows here, and so you can rotate your wrist both directions, give them a break. And now come back up to all fours, and we're going to do a little balance here, sunbird. So from tabletop, neutral spine, take your right leg back, come onto your right toes, the ball of your right foot, lengthen out through that heel, the right heel, and then on an inhale, lift your right leg so it's parallel to the mat, toes point down, so your foot is flexed, reach out through that leg. Walk your fingers up toward the corner of your left hand, up to the corner of the mat. And if you want to, you can raise the left hand, so you're reaching out through the right foot, leg, left hand. So this is balance. You do not have to raise the fingers up. You can just leave them up on the mat there. So core, strong core, lengthen out. Gaze is on the mat a little bit toward the end of the mat, edge of the mat. So down at the floor, gaze, soft gaze. And then if you've raised your hand, bring it down, bring your knee down. And if you need to just take a minute and circle out your wrist, go ahead. And we'll try that on the other side. So this time left leg goes back, follow the left foot, lengthen out through the left heel. On an inhale, firm your core up, look down at the mat, soft gaze, lift the left leg parallel, reach out. Make sure your core is engaged. Then option to raise your right arm or just bring it forward onto the mat. And breathe. If you can stay here and have your slow, deep, even breath, you're good. When that doesn't happen anymore, come out. And now everybody come out. You walk your hands forward about a hand width length or two, so out in front more. And move back toward child's pose, but not all the way. So this is puppy. It's kind of like halfway between down dog and child. So you're getting a nice stretch through your shoulders. Your chest is moving toward your thighs. Shake your head yes and no, soft neck. And just lengthen out through your hands, through your shoulders, tailbone, nose back. This is kind of an opening of your front body, of your heart space. Now keeping your hands where they are, come back up, bring your shoulders over, well you might want to bring your hands back a little bit, but bring your shoulders over your wrists, really firm up your core, and slowly lower your chest between your arms, bending your elbows right next to your body. Come back down onto your front body. And we'll come to a gentle back bend, Sphinx. So now you're going to be on your forearms, your elbows under your shoulders. Palms can be flat, or you can hold on to your, interlace your fingers. So press your pelvis into the mat. Take a little tuck in your tailbone, okay? Like you're lengthening out your low back. Press the tops of your feet in the mat. Drag, without moving them, drag your elbows back toward your hips and bring your chest through your arms. Keep your gaze down toward the floor, a little bit ahead of the mat. So what you're imagining here, what you're doing is bringing the back bend into your thoracic spine, your upper spine, without over extending your neck. So that's why you're looking down. So heavy, heavy in the pelvis, pressing into the mat, and then each inhale, lengthening out, maybe bringing your shoulders back, chest forward. Like you're shining a light right out from your heart space. Okay, then stack your hands, one palm on top of the palms. Hands are stacked, and bring your forehead down on your stacked hands. Just rest here. This is just like a child's pose. It's a slight back bend, crocodile. Just sink down, let everything go. Breathe. Slow, deep, even breath. Now bend your knees so your feet are up toward the ceiling, and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. So your bottom of your feet are toward the ceiling, yep. Just gently side to side. You might make circles. You can circle your feet around your knees. One way and the other way. So this is just kind of shaking out the low back. And then come back to all fours. So hands under your shoulders. Push yourself up. Come up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Press down and raise your hips up into down dog. So hips are up. Pedal your feet, pedal right, left. Shake your head, yes, no. Make sure your cervical spine is loose. And then take a look up between your hands and walk your feet forward, up between your hands. Bend your legs. Come into standing forward bend. Start with your chest
on your thighs. Nice deep bend in your legs. And then you can gradually straighten your legs a little bit if you want, or you don't have to. Bring your belly in and up. Hang. You can take hold of opposite elbows. Just slowly go side to side. Anything feels good. Now bring your hands to your shins and come halfway up, lengthen out with a strong flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, press into your feet, spread your fingers, bring your arms out to the side and come slowly up. Palms touch and right down the midline. Okay, we'll build a mountain pose. So feet hip width apart or closer, toes point straight ahead. Lift and spread your toes, set them down. Find a balance between your big toe mound, your little toe, and the back corners of your heels. So just feel that real connection to the earth there. And then press down through your feet. Feel your kneecaps come up and the quadricep muscles engage. Take a little tuck in your tailbone, bring your hip points up a little bit. And then lengthen up so your rib cage is coming away from your pelvis. Lengthen up through your torso, shoulders up, back, down, so your chest is nice open. Externally rotate your arms, spread your fingers, and lift up through the crown of your head. Now, just relax a little bit. They say 10%. How do you know 10%? I don't know. Just a little bit. Just let go a little bit of that gripping. You don't want to grip. You're nicely aligned now. So you can just not have any extra effort. If you have the balance and can close your eyes, you can try that. And now just come back to the breath. Relax your face, jaw, neck. Let your shoulders come down from the ears as you lift up through the crown of your head. So feel the rooting down through your lower body and the rising up through your upper. Root and rise. Feel the qualities of a mountain. Stable, but easy. Just being. Take 2 slow, deep, even breaths. Okay, then if you've closed your eyes, open your eyes, spread your fingers, inhale, the palms come up. We're going to do a shoulder, what I call a shoulder vinyasa. Exhale right down through the midline. Make a triangle with your index finger and thumbs, and then push away. Exhale, pull back. Let me do that again. Inhale, comes up. Exhale down the midline. Inhale, push away like the air was thick, like jello, and then pull back. A couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, push, and pull it back. Very nice. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. So this is vinyasa, flow, like we did last week, moving with the breath. Okay, very good. Now we're going to do a half sun, which is a little vinyasa too. So feet stay like this. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you want to. Inhale, come, set your hips back, arms up by your ears, chair pose. Exhale the rest of the way up. and hands together. A couple more of those, half sun with chair. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, set your hips back, then bring your arms up, and then all the way up and around. One more. Inhale up, flow with your breath. Okay, now we're just going to inhale, arms up, set hips back, come into chair to hold. So press into your feet, strong legs, tuck your tailbone a little bit, lift your chest, reach, and breathe. Slow, deep, even breath. Your gaze should be on something that's not moving. Helps you focus. One more breath. And then come all the way up and back around. Very nice. And come back to mountain just for a couple breaths. So press into your feet, lift up through the crown of your head. Feel the energy moving around from that little half sun vinyasa. Relax your face, jaw, neck, shoulders down. Reconnect with your slow, deep, even breath. Okay, then open your eyes and we're going to do a balance pose, tree pose. So if you want to have a chair or go to the wall or something, you can do that. So, drishti or gaze is a way, it's a focus which ties into meditation, which is focusing inward. So this is in asana practice how that quality of meditation can come in with a drishti or focus. So in balance poses, you need to look at something that is not moving. So you can turn anywhere on your mat, do it whatever you want. And so find that still point, because that will still the fluctuations in your mind, your thinking mind. And then firm up your core. So you Pilates people know that. The core is important in balance. So without gripping, just a gentle engagement of your core, navel in and up. And then let the weight come into your right foot. Come up on your left toes. So just start here, getting the balance right here. And then externally rotate your left leg, so turn it out. And find a place, you can stay right on the mat on your toes, that's balance. Or you can bring the foot to below your knee or above your knee, just not on the knee. So now just make this your practice. So you've got your core engagement, you're looking at something that's not moving, and don't forget to breathe. And just find your still point. If you want to challenge yourself, you can move your arms, raise your arms up, turn your gaze different ways. Just take half a minute or so on this side to practice your balance with a playful attitude, maybe a smile on your face. And non-judgment. Just accept yourself as you are right here, right now. Okay, then come out with as much control as you can and just shake it out. Move your body any way your body wants to move. Okay, now I'll do the other side. So now, weight comes into the left foot. Come up on your right toes. sure you got that little engagement in your core. And also you don't want your left hip to be jutting out, so you want to firm up that left hip. And then externally rotate your right leg and find where you'd like to rest your foot. You don't have to do the same thing on each side either. Your sides are different, so just practice. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, then come out on that side, shake it out. Ooh. Fall over. Okay, then come back to Tadasana, just check in, but don't be sloppy about it. So make sure you start with your feet, start with your foundation, move up, open your chest. Close your eyes if you can and reconnect. Slow breath, no extra effort, stable but easy. Okay, then come toward the front third of your mat. Turn your feet are hip width apart, turn your right toes out about 45 degrees and take a big step back. So we're gonna come into Warrior One, which is a closed hip posture. So hips are squared to the short edge of the mat. And just bend and straighten your left knee a few times. What we're going for is having the knee over the ankle so you can see your toes, okay? So the knee's not splaying out, tracking right over the ankle. Hips are squared toward the front edge, okay? So press evenly into both feet. On an inhale, bring your arms up, fingers are spread. You can take your gaze up if that feels okay. And this is Warrior One. So let's do a little arm movement here. So inhaling, reach up with your fingertips. Exhale, come back into cactus. So opening your chest even more. So inhale up, exhale here. Couple more, inhale, exhale, inhale, reach, slight back bend, exhale, open your chest. Very nice. And then step your right foot forward, move around a little bit, and we'll take that on the other side. So left toes go out 45 degrees, take a step back, bend and straighten your right knee, find the width of your stance so your knee can come right over your ankle. Square your hips toward the front. And on an inhale, arms reach, fingers are spread. Now, even as your arms are reaching up, your shoulders can come down from your ears. So it's like you're lengthening your arms in two directions. And then inhale here, exhale here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Okay, step the left foot forward, and we're going to take a couple of half sun salutations with chair that we did already. So inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, hips back. This is like a little bit like the Warrior One. And one more like that. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, strong, fierce pose. Exhale, up. Okay, and then I think you want to make sure I leave the right amount of time for the, all right, we can do this. Turn to face the long edge of the mat and step your feet wide apart. Toes face forward, hands on your hips, press down into your feet, lengthen up through the crown of your head, nice. Long spine. Exhale, fold forward from your hip creases, straight, long, flat back. Now here, if you have a block, you can bring your hands to the block, or you can bring your hands to the mat or to the chair, or you can just stay in this half lift. Okay, and we're gonna do some twists. So whatever your hand is resting on, put your right hand under your nose, fingers pointing toward the left. Inhale, raise your left arm up, and you can take your gaze up toward your left hand, or your gaze can be down, or it can be right out to the side. So just a little twist here. Take a couple breaths in the twist. Inhaling, open the chest. And then bring your left hand down, put it under your nose, fingers pointing to the right. Inhale your right arm up and turn to look at it, or look down at your left hand, or right straight out to the side. Just a couple of deep, slow breaths. Maybe on the exhale, opening a little more. And then the right hand comes down. Bring your hands to come up halfway. Bring your hands to your hips, and on an inhale, press into your feet and come up slowly, slowly, slowly. Strong, flat back, very nice. Keep your legs wide. Rotate your left heel back toward the corner of the mat and your right toes toward the short edge. Okay, so both feet are flat on the mat. This is an open hip posture. You're gonna do warrior two. So now bend and straighten your right knee so it comes right over your right ankle. Square your shoulders to the long edge of the mat. So don't worry about your hips, but square your shoulders. Inhale your arms up, shoulder height, fingers are spread. Just look back to your back arm and see that they're pretty even. Your spine is coming right up through your pelvis. So not leaning forward, not leaning back, right up in the middle. Turn to look over the middle finger of your right hand. So that's the drishti or gaze for this pose, warrior two. So just, you want that stable, easy feeling here. So strong down through your feet, legs are strong, energy out through your fingertips, and then rising up through the crown of your head. One more breath. And then bring your feet back to parallel. And we'll do warrior two on the other side. So right heel turns back toward the corner of your mat, and the left toes toward the front edge. And then bend your knee so that your knee comes over your ankle. You can see the big toe. Square your shoulders to the long edge. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Very nice. And then take your gaze over your left middle finger. So each inhale lengthens up. Each exhale, maybe you can sink a little deeper, maybe not. So you're having compassion, no judgment. What your body will tell you what it can do. Relax your face, jaw, neck. No extra effort. One more nice, slow, deep, even breath. And then straighten your legs, bring your feet back together, come up to the middle third of your mat, front third of your mat. We're gonna come back down onto our backs. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold, bend them a lot. Bring your hands all the way to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. And then on an inhale, come to your knees. Take your legs out to the side and come back over onto your bottoms. And we're gonna lower down. So start with your feet hip width apart, knees bent, and just lengthen up here before we go down. And then exhale, slowly lower down to your back. Now, bend your knees and we're gonna do bridge pose. So have feet flat on the mat, about hip width apart. Hands down by your side. Spread your fingers, press your hands lightly into the mat. Actually, lift your upper body a little bit and just bring your shoulder blades a little together on the back so you open your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a head start here. This is a heart opener, slight back bend, or a back bend. Okay, so inhale and take a little tuck in your tailbone before you then push into your feet and lift your hips up. Don't worry about them going really high, lift them up. And then as you exhale, roll down like your cat pose. Roll down one vertebra at a time, laying your spine down on the mat. Inhale, lift. If you want to bring your arms up overhead on the inhale as you lift your hips, you can do that. And then exhale, roll down, one vertebra at a time. So this is a dynamic bridge, moving bridge. Inhale is a lifting of the hips and or the arms. And then exhale, coming down. Now you can keep going with your moving bridge, or if you'd like to hold bridge pose, lift your hips and you can clasp your hands together under your back, under your hips. So whatever you're doing, the chest is rising toward the chin, not the chin toward the chest. Keep a long back and keep breathing. Okay, then whatever you're doing, come down again. And we'll take a twist. So lengthen out your right leg. Arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms face up. Take your left knee and draw it across your right leg. So coming onto your right hip. You can keep your hand on your knee. Left arm is out to the side, shoulder height. You can straighten the left leg, any kind of thing that helps you here. Get some twist going, and your gaze can be straight up, or it can be out toward your left arm, or over toward the right. Your choice. And you should choose the one that feels the best for your body. So a twist is a nice compensation for any kind of forward bending, back bending, any poses we've been doing. And as you inhale, send the breath to the area where you feel sensation or stretch. And on the exhale, see where you can find release. Just consciously think, ah. see where you can feel some letting go. Let go of any tension that's in your face or your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Just let it go. And then inhale back to center, both feet on the mat. And now lengthen out your left leg. Draw your right knee across the left leg and take the twist on the other side. See where you can find release. So just your slow, deep, even breath is a signal to your body that you can release. Okay, then come back to center, and we're gonna move into Shavasana, but give yourself any kind of a movement or pose or anything that your body's asking for. So we're doing Shavasana a little early today because we're gonna be doing the meditation at the end. So I will come around and help give anybody anything they need. So Shavasana, Sherry, if you haven't done it, is just symmetrical and lying on your back with no effort, as little effort as possible. So either supported or whatever you can maintain without being covered. Anybody else want to cover? Yeah. Okay. I know. Yeah, you should be cozy too, Sherry. Would you like to be covered?
No, too hot for that.
You're just good. Okay. You're good. Okay. All right.
I'm one of those.
All right. So Shavasana is final rest, and it's just the chance for your body to integrate all the things we did, and it's not anything. It's just release and surrender to the present moment, breath by breath. If thoughts come, and thoughts always will, just let them float on by. Don't attach. Just be here for a few minutes. Not judging. Don't worry if you're doing it right or not. Just be.
Now just gently bring your awareness back to this space and begin to move your bodies, wake your bodies up with whatever feels natural, small movements. And then bring your knees toward your chest, one at a time or together, and come on to your side body. Just a side child's pose, cradle your head in your arms and just see where you are toward the end of practice. Not there yet. Come back to your breath and your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. So as you're seated, have your eyes closed, and hands can rest just on your legs comfortably. It can be palms up in the middle or on your legs or down, whatever feels secure and stable. And lengthen up through the crown of your head so you have a nice tall spine. And so meditation is a looking in and awareness. Sometimes it's referred to as oceanic awareness, but it's basically tuning in and connecting with something that all of us share. So some call it the divinity within, natural being, human nature. But despite the fact that we are all unique beings, so that is the self with a small s, but inside there's an awareness that we are all connected and share something, which is the large S self, and that's what can be called love, divinity, nature, whatever. So this meditation that we're going to do today is a loving kindness meditation, and it's just sending of wishes, good wishes, starting with ourselves, because as Pema Chodron says, she's a Buddhist nun, that she says compassion for others begins with kindness and compassion toward ourselves. So loving kindness meditation starts with sending the wishes to ourselves, and then to others, and then to all beings. And if you do loving kindness or any kind of meditation on your own, you can make up what you say and send it to. One thing you can add in is to people you have difficulty with. And that's really a very juicy meditation. But anyway, so I'm gonna do the words that I say to maybe we'll do the people we have difficulty, because there's a lot of difficulty going on in the world today. So I'm going to say the words, and then leave a little space for you to kind of repeat them in your own mind. So we'll start with ourselves. So, may I be kind to myself.
May I be kind?
No, you don't have to say it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Just say it, just repeat it in your own mind. I'm gonna leave a space for that. May I feel loved. And feel, you know, it might help to think of a time when you have felt loved and bring these feelings. So you're not just repeating the words in your mind, you're actually trying to bring the feeling. All right, so I'm gonna start over again. May I be kind to myself. May I feel loved. May I accept joy and sorrow. May I be happy and at peace. Now bring to mind a person who is another, someone you have seen. Sometimes I think of the person in the grocery store or my letter carrier or whatever, someone that you are a neutral feeling about. You don't really know them, but you've seen them. And send these wishes to them. May they be kind to themselves. May they feel loved. May they accept joy and sadness. May they be happy and at peace. Okay, I think we are going to do the hard one. So, now bring to mind someone or a group of people or anything that you have difficulty with, that maybe disagreement or different orientation or whatever. So bring those people to mind and think, may they be kind to themselves. May they feel loved. May they accept joy and sorrow. May they be happy and at peace. And then the last round we send to all beings everywhere. And this is humans, animals, aliens if they're around, any beings. Okay, sentient beings. May all beings everywhere be kind to themselves. May all beings everywhere feel loved. May all beings everywhere accept joy and sorrow. May all beings everywhere be happy and at peace. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together at your heart space. Bow to your efforts today, to your willingness to come to practice and give your body some good movement, and to take the time to find compassion for yourself and for all other beings. The light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.